stuff. Okay. Here, we're live, early, and thumbs up.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
Message.
Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success.
It's a good
Together we'll
day in the
conquer, no room
neighborhood.
for any laughs. Listen
Good day in
now.
the neighborhood.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading
Pepsi.
podcast in
Out.
my ears, guiding me through
Hood.
my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell.
Morning, Rose.
Big
trading podcast
in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the
Just see
newsletter,
something
let
real
us help
quick
you grow.
before I come on camera.
Seeking success, together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now.
Morning, Wendy. Needs
Every morning
review.
I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound.
I was responding to somebody about Poet on the Spotfiy. Guy just wrote Poet. KJ wrote Poet and then a trash can. And I said, I hope you're trading it because 4-hour algorithm has you out. 5% loss, but you just had a 22% gain. You just had a 35% gain. Performance, 108% versus 23%. You know, I think it's still a strong buy in the quant if I'm not mistaken. It is the one semiconductor that seems to be just not doing well. You know, we talked about Heritage over 1 month. Heritage is, it's kind of flat. 5 days, it's up 11% since their earnings. So I ain't afraid of, you know, the picks that I've made. I didn't invest in Poet, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm not that worried about it. But if it is trash, my apologies. Hopefully you did your own research. Let's see. Let's do some scans. Let's do some scans. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs. Simon Property Group. Let's go to... That's the core investments. Let's go to low-cost Vanguard ETFs. Okay, so we've got low-cost ETFs, QQQE, RSP, VB. And those are equal weights, by the way, VBK. QQQE is equal weight the Qs, and RSP is equal weight the S&P 500. Interesting that they both kind of come up at the same time. XLI and XLV. If you haven't noticed, healthcare's kind of been a hot sector being talked about, and it's 50-50. Whether they like it or not, Baba, Booking Holdings, CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike has you back in. Elf, FinW, JP Morgan, Lyft, Magnite, Royal Caribbean, which was up huge yesterday. Most travel stocks were, just based on, I think there was some type of report or something on travel, because the freaking airlines just took off. SMTC, TEX, TTMI, URI. I have to redo this watch list at some point in time. I'll probably do that later. Woohoo! Number 3. Index. By the way, all of this gets emailed to you if you are a Trendspider subscriber. You can set it up just to email you yourself. So it can do all of these scans. You can just put the program in and say, hey, I want it scanned every day and I want it to email me this list. So I do it just to show off some of the tools of Trendspider, but I get the email every morning. So, and I put it into the newsletter just because, hey, it shows off the tool. I got a bunch of emails last night from new Trendspider subscribers, like 4 or 5 of them. And they were like, my God, it's such a powerful tool. It really is. TMO and Visa. Okay, we're there. There we go. We got the entire list now. And by the way, if you have a strategy that is faster and better performing, kudos to you. We are going to go over quite a bunch. One of the worst performers of the year of the top 2025 stocks, Intapp, up 23%. It was up 28% earlier. Killer earnings. We'll look at the chart of that one because it's ugly. So what do you want to do with it? Maybe it's coming back. They just did announce good stuff. Eli Lilly has had just tremendous insider buying. This is a great thread. So 12 companies that got crushed on earnings and why some of them may come back. Bullish is going to IPO today. It's going to be a crazy day. Zip Trader, Charlie went over a stock last night. I don't necessarily agree with him 100% on this, but we'll talk about it. It's Figma. CoreWeave, the earnings, another recent IPO, they're going down. We see Circle going down because they just did a stock offering. They diluted shareholders. Open Door stock climbs as influencer buy shifts. The influencer was not me. I don't think my podcast has this reach per se as Pomps does. But this SRV is interesting because I was reading one of my favorites that comes out every week or so is this one, Undercover Dozen. And I'm following it. I like it. I get shown it. We may get, and I'll show the chart of BRKB and VST, but we may get a new Berkshire. $5 billion has been spent on a stock. It may come out this time. Intel, I'm not a fan of this, but it's a strategy. And I told my dad last night, he's like, yeah, go and buy Intel. So I'm going to do it. We're going to look at Lulu because Camilo is big on that. We're going to look at, I think, yeah, this one. The daily stock pick in January. I basically did a portfolio that's going to beat the S&P. By the way, this is up 11.8% because it was way up yesterday. So it's even better than what this is. And we'll start off with another day record highs. I mean, we're going to go over more portfolio stuff and everything of that sort. I mean, the top 25 stocks as a whole yesterday, it was up 3.17. The top second half stocks up 2.28. My trading stocks that I keep track of up 2.04. The August ones that I just gave people up 2.05. Crypto Crazy List. I think I just started this one. It's got one. It's got ALTS, which I saw yesterday. It's down 9%. But I'm starting that to look at some crazy crypto stuff, bullish and stuff like that. Morning, Lisa. Boy, Lisa makes one comment and she's number 2. Okay, so that's the podcast. We'll start out with QQQ. That's the topics I'm going to go over today. And I'm going to hit record because I really want to get this started. Good morning. Welcome to Hump Day. It's Wednesday, August 13th. Big show today because I made some moves in the core portfolio. I am going to outline mistakes that I made in setting up a portfolio at the beginning of the year for the paid subscribers and saying, hey, this is going to beat the S&P. FYI, it is beating the S&P. But I've also made some mistakes in that one. I will talk to you about alpha picks because they currently have 8 losing positions in the overall portfolio of 41 stocks. 8 are currently losing. I will tell you I'm only losing on 3. And I will give you how I'm doing that, how I'm managing that. Remember, I brought up in August. I bought in August, April, blah, blah, blah. We'll go over that. I bought some stock yesterday. You know, I think I told some folks in the paid newsletter subscribers. We'll look at Lululemon because Chris Miller, that's his next big thing, is what he's saying. A play with Intel, Berkshire. We'll talk about because could be some big news on that one. And we will go over earnings because you've got quite a bit. I will end the show with a stock that has been beaten down on earnings, but has billions of dollars since those earnings came out with insider buys. And the top loser in the 2025 stocks just reported earnings. Guess what? They're up 25% today. So we'll go over all that. Where are we? Where are we in the Qs? Well, if you take a look at this, we're at all-time highs. Again, the Qs, SPY, all-time highs. All-time highs. Let me open, hold on. Open with, let me see. Oh, there it is. Open with Google Chrome. I got to go to this one. I don't know why I'm on the homepage, but S&P, NASDAQ notch record highs, record closes as CPI data fuels the Fed cut rate. The Fed, here's the thing that you have to know about this, and you must know this. In September, when the Fed cut for the first time in September, bond rates went up, the market went down. So while the market is enjoying this, that, hey, CPI came in line, we might, very likely, I think it's 90% chance we're going to get a cut in September, the market may not react as well as you think. It's not a given. Okay, the bond market may say, you know what, they're cutting rates. That's not a good thing. Maybe they know there's some weakness. And the bond market may retaliate like it did. And then you'll see some type of, look, September here, this is when they cut rates right back here. So you saw it fight a little bit. You're going to see some choppiness. We're at all-time highs. But remember, You don't win Monopoly by collecting $200 on cash. You win Monopoly by investing. And one of the things I'm going to show you here on Daily Stock Pick, the link tree that you see the link down below, there's a link, Savvy Trader, okay? Follow my trades for free. We're going to go over here. This is the core portfolio, okay? And this core portfolio is made up of 33 positions where it's just 100 shares of each stock. So it's not a portfolio that I would ever tell you that you should follow. But in reality, since I started this, it's up 58% while the S&P is up 47%. So it's been a decent strategy. I would never follow it this way. But I made some changes yesterday, and you can scroll down here and it emails you out the changes when you subscribe, and it's free to subscribe. This one is not paid. It is free to subscribe. But I looked at my portfolio yesterday and I looked at Pepsi and I said, you know what? I don't want Pepsi. Pepsi has underperformed the S&P in a very long time. Look at this weekly. And am I getting out at an optimal time? No. Do I think you could get back to that 200-day, 166? Yes. Is that a good enough move for me to hold on for multiple weeks? Or in this market, am I better off having something else? Now, mind you, when I bought Pepsi, it was years ago. I didn't even look, but it was years ago. And when I look at the charting of Pepsi against the S&P over 1 year, underperforming. 3 years, underperforming. 5 years, underperforming. 10 years, underperforming. Year to date, underperforming. Doesn't make sense for me to hold it just because I drink Pepsi. Again, I drink that Pepsi all the time. I love Pepsi. My parents had a ton of money into Pepsi. I sold out of it. Now, here's the portfolio move that I made. The difference between my parents and I. And again, it's a portfolio move. What I did was I bought Coinbase. I'm seeing crypto. I'm seeing things go a little nuts. Which one do I think is going to perform better until this one gets back up to its 200-day? I think Coinbase is going to perform better. So I took the money that I had and I went and bought Coinbase. And FYI, 4-hour algorithm has a buy. You make 388% over the last 24.7 months. If you just bought and held, 246%. Average win, 30%. It's up a little bit since I bought it. Nothing huge. It's up 1.14% today. But here's the difference in the portfolios, okay? Because I bought a coin in mine, my parents are 80 years old. Did I want to buy coin in theirs? It's risk. And no, I swapped it for VOO. So there's a difference between managing portfolios based on your age. So if you're going to follow me, you better be 55 years old. You better have multi-millions of dollars. You better have 50% of your portfolio on Apple. So again, it's not about following me. It's about making decisions based on your own situation. And my parents and I talked about it. They didn't want to go into Coinbase. But what did I swap Pepsi with in the core portfolio? And it's about, again, these are stocks that I would suggest have a good future, that if you traded them, you would be okay with. They're not all like that. Like Roblox, I never expected Roblox to take off. Cleveland Cliffs, I never expected that one to get back down to its pre-pandemic price of like $9. But again, they are solid companies. It's just the market takes them down. So I replaced it with Robinhood. I've been clear on this one. Robinhood has a future, and I like their management. I hate their management for what they did with GameStop, but I like the management's aggressiveness in this space. and the 4-hour algorithm just got you in at 109, you're trading at 115, all-time highs. 4-hour algorithm does really well, winning 52% of the time. So again, use the tools that you have, and the Daily Stock Pick Core Portfolio is one of those tools. We're at all-time highs. And for the paid members, this is a portfolio I started, okay, for paid subscribers. In January, I said I want a portfolio that's going to beat the S&P. And so I put together a video, and I'll put it in the newsletter. I'll link to it. It's a live video, so it doesn't have a ton of like charts. It's just me sitting there talking, and I think Eli comes on afterwards. It's like an hour and a half, so it's a long one. Listen to the first part of it, because I go over why I buy these. And it's like a $30,000 portfolio. So it's not a huge amount of money, but I said this is what you want to do. And this portfolio is going to beat the S&P. Was I sure of it? No. But as of this morning, even though this says 10.38%, I will give you the exact amount. This portfolio is up 11.88% as of close yesterday, whereas SPY under the same time period is up 7.55%. Okay? I mentioned during the video that I was going to actively trade this, but as the Liberation Day stuff took place, I just decided, you know what? Let's just hold and see what happens. This isn't real money. So it's $30,000. It's not real money. What I did was try and show people that buy and hold even through down times. And it worked out. Could have not worked out. But let me give you 3 lessons on this. First, I picked Tesla. I put Tesla in this portfolio because if you remember January, Trump and Elon were best friends. Elon was going to do Doge. And things were going well for Tesla. We knew it wasn't a car company, but we knew full self-driving was coming out. We knew he had the ear of the president. We knew regulation wasn't going to be a problem. So lesson number 1, tune it out. I should have put Palantir or Nvidia or even Robinhood. And that's lesson number 2. Just pick another stock. Tesla, it's a good portion of this portfolio. And it's still up 11%. Tesla year to date is not up in any respect. Let's go and look at year to date of Tesla. Year to date of Tesla is down 15%, and this portfolio is still up double digits. Okay? And lesson number 3, as Tesla started to lose, it would have been better to cut that and make changes. Move it towards AI energy. Move it towards Robinhood. Move it towards Palantir. Move it towards Nvidia, anywhere. The point wasn't to actively trade this, but I should have been more actively trading it to optimize it. I have made, the only move that I've made since January is buying one stock, and that one stock is up quite a bit. But there have been no sells in this portfolio at all. And so yesterday, I went over the Alpha Picks portfolio in my own personal portfolio. Okay? Alpha Picks, data-driven stocks. 1 pick on the 1st, 1 on the 15th. We're going to get 1 on Friday. And here's the performance of the Alpha Picks portfolio since it started. It again is almost tripling the S&P. So it's about managing the portfolio. For me, I didn't sell. This is the way I've managed this portfolio. I haven't sold anything until they tell me to sell, but I'm managing the positions better while remaining invested in this portfolio because I've got a tracking sheet. And you can find, I'll include the Alpha Picks portfolio where I buy $50,000 of it. You can see how I buy this stuff. But I remained in it. I'm not tracking my personal return. So full disclosure, I don't know what I've returned. It is more than the Alpha Picks portfolio because what I've done is I've taken the 4-hour algorithm in Trendspider and I've traded some of the winners. So I've added to them if they trade well. And if they don't trade well, I buy the portfolio percentage. And I just sit there. Okay? I looked at Alpha Picks. They currently have 8 losing positions of the 41 positions that they have. So currently, there are 8 positions out of the 41 that are actually negative. I've been managing the portfolio myself over the last 4 months, adding to winners, cutting losers. I haven't cut the portfolio amount, the holding percentage that they suggest, unless they've told me to sell out of it. But I have been cutting the losers, meaning as it loses, I start cutting it back a little bit. Currently, I only have 3 losers in my portfolio because I've traded some of those losers to actually gains. So let's go over a couple of them, okay? QTWO. This was bought in December 2024. Look, that's the high. Have I been able to trade this one to a positive? No, I'm still negative. I bought this particular one. It doesn't beat buy and hold in the 4-hour algorithm. Now, does it make you profit? Yes. Has a buy today at 75.12. Would I buy it? QTWO, let's see. This is just one stock in the Alpha Picks portfolio. It's a hold. It's valuation. They just had earnings insight. You can go and research it yourself. It's application software. Not particularly big on application software right now, so I'm not adding to it. Another one that I'm down on, but I have cut this one significantly, bought in January 2025, which again, highs. PayPal. I've taken profits on some of the bounces, but it's currently a very small position. The loss is less than $100. So again, that's one of the 3 that I've lost. Would I buy this one? I think Block XYZ is actually trading much better. They've got momentum. And the 4-hour algorithm doesn't trade really well in this. But down here at 60, I said, you know what? I do think that it gets back up there to 70. Bought a little bit. I don't think I made this full 11% gain, but I think I made 6 or 7% when I bought a little bit. But I sold out. I still hold the portfolio holding percentage of this. Okay? Now a third one. GRBK, which is a current winner in the portfolio, but the timing when I bought it, when I added to this, was not right. It doesn't trade well in the 4-hour algorithm. Remember, I bought in August. So even though this one was bought a long time ago, I bought in August, which was a high up here. I also added in, let me see, I have notes on when I added. I bought in August, November, April, and August again. So I started buying the portfolio August of last year. So there's all 3. These are the only 3 stocks. Even though the portfolio is 8 losers, I only have 3. And I'll give you a bonus one. The bonus one, EAT. This is a bonus. I'm positive on this one, but it's been in a clear trading range and it hasn't broken out. You had EAT picked twice in the portfolio in 2024 and in 2025. It's up 8% in pre-market after killing on earnings. EAT. Now it's up 6.7%. But again, 4-hour algorithm has you out. Does it trade great in the 4-hour algorithm? No. But it's a good way to add to the winners and cut the losers. So again, that's just looking at these kinds of things. And I was doing, by the way, yesterday, a whole bunch of looks at my portfolio. And one that I want to point out is CONL. This is one that when I looked at my year-to-date losses, I took a $5,000 loss on this one. Back in I bought on January 17th, which you can see right there, January 17th. So I bought around $38, somewhere in that neighborhood. I sold on February 21st. Why? Because the 4-hour algorithm got you out and it said, you know what? I didn't see confirmation. I'm going to cut my losses on this one. I'm glad I cut it at $5,000. I would have lost a bunch more. But here's the thing, okay? I should have been saying to myself, it's crypto. It's got to come back. Even though this is a double leveraged ETF on Coinbase, it's crypto. It's got to come back. Now, if I just held on to that buy and hold, again, I don't suggest you buy and hold. I'm perfectly happy losing $5,000. But the reality of this is, had I just held it, I would have had the chance to actually make up to 80%. So it's good to go back and look at your losses and understand where they're at now. Could you have done things better? You just never know. I mean, this is, again, these are decaying assets, and it hasn't been out long enough for me to know that it's in an upward trend, but it is in an upward trend. So I just didn't have the information back then. So again, portfolio management is part of it. Now, on yesterday, just a killer quarter. But Chris Camillo says, hey, on was just the appetizer. Lulu set to be the main course. Let's look at Lulu, because Lululemon has pulled back. Again, this is social arbitrage. He's just looking at store traffic. He's looking at Google search mentions. He's looking at things. Remember, if you don't know about Lulu, one of the biggest criticisms from the yoga moms is that front seam. You know, women don't have zippers. They don't pee that way, if you didn't know. They just don't. So that front seam was the biggest complaint because it looked like camel toe. And sorry for anybody that's getting offended, but this is the shit that happens, and this is how Chris Camillo invests. So he's saying, you know what? This is just the appetizer. When's their earnings? It's August 28th. 4-hour algorithm just got you in, but it doesn't trade well. It does beat buy and hold, because if you bought 2 years ago, you're down 50% in this name. You got a juicy earnings gap up here to 328. You're trading at 192. Let's look at a weekly to see if there's any, pre-pandemic when the world shut down. The world shut down, and that's where this stock was trading. It's a tough one. If we go to Seeking Alpha and we look at Lulu, it's a sell. It's a performing badly. Am I taking the chance on this one? He's willing to take the risk. Risk, reward. I'm not saying that Lulu's going to work out for him. He's not saying that Lulu's going to work out. He's got conviction. He's got a theory. Go and find out his theory. So I like following him. Am I going to follow him into this trade? Probably not. Risk reward. Now, Daniel here, who is a genius. Futurum. He's the Futurum CEO. Daily reminder. The U.S. needs to turn Intel into a leading edge foundry that gives us capacity, supply chain resilience. If you didn't know, Taiwan Semi is the only company in the world that can produce these chips. Intel got a bunch of money from the U.S. government to try and become one of these foundries, is what they're called. Now, this one just has not traded well over the past, since August of last year, the last year. 4-hour algorithm makes you 14% versus buy and hold loses you 38%. Now, I talked to my dad last night about this one. Does this one make sense? Intel, horrible, horrible company. And the new CEO just went to the White House. But it's cheap. Even though your PE going forward is 170 times, their growth is negative 3.3%. Their profitability is okay, 32% gross profit margin. But again, I think that the quant, and I think people are reading this one a little more optimistic than I am. So am I going into this one? No. Do I believe that this is a great theory? Yes. Personal opinion, risk reward. Now, I've told you, power is powering the AI revolution. VST got you in here at 198. It broke 200 to 209 right now. This one is just going nuts again. Pelosi bought this one way back here. Power makes sense. Now, Berkshire, BRK.B, this one, they have $500 billion in cash. And look, they're passing go right now. They're 85% into the market, but this is a record amount of cash. They spent $5 billion. They told the SEC they spent $5 billion buying a new stock. We may find out this week what that new stock is. Is this worth buying for you? Long term, I don't think this one has any problems. Is it cheap? No, it was expensive. You buy this one with a 5 to 10 year outlook on it. Because 5 years, if we just go to charting and you go, it's underperformed for 1 year, but 3 years, it's outperforming. 5 years, it's outperforming. 10 years, it's outperforming. Is it going to double your money overnight? No, you have to know what you're buying. Now, one thing I really like is this Undercover Dozen. If you have Seeking Alpha, Undercover Dozen is fantastic. And the most recent one puts out a pretty interesting stuff. PBR, IONQ, Trading Desk, Credo, Upstart, BIP, United Health, Molina Health, NXT. But one that caught my eye down at the bottom was SRV. Let me see if I've got it. Yeah, SRV right here. Cushing Midstream Energy. They talk about that it has a 12% yield, okay? Beats MPLX over 3 years. Is it worth looking into? Well, over 3 years, again, it beats my Energies one. This is Midstream Energy. Over 5 years, MPLX beats it. Just slightly. But is this one a better buy? It's one I'm investigating. Because right now it looks like it's in the middle of its 52-week range. It's not covered by the quant. MPLX has been my thing. But again, this one has become a little expensive. Is it going to outperform? Well, I don't know. This one only has a 7.68% dividend. So it's one I'm investigating. And I'll give you another one. Open Door, stock climbs as the influencer. This is not my podcast. I am not the influencer. This is Pomp. What's his name again? Anthony Pompliano. Pomp. He pumped Open Door yesterday. It was up 6%. It's up 1% again. He likes this one. He says, hey, the power to the people. I believe retail investors are a powerful force in financial markets. They can help a company grow, generate new ideas, and bring valuable attention to a narrative. That's what this one is. This is your new GameStop. Make no mistake about it. This is your new GameStop. Open Door, it's risky, but risk reward. If you had put something into this a month ago, you're up 202%. If you could have figured out a month ago that, hey, this is going to be a retail darling, it's got a ton of short interest, it's up 202%. 6 months, it's up 68%. Year to date, up 54%. This just started a month ago. And it's in the middle of its 52-week range. Could it pump back up to $5 and it's trading at $2.50? It could. Now we talk about IPOs. CoreWeave. This was one of their first earnings. They killed it. Killed it. It was a good quarter. Even though they missed on EPS, it was a good quarter. It's down 10%. Why? It's too damn expensive. You know, they're not making money. They are not making money. It's just too expensive. The growth, fantastic. 736% year over year. That is unbelievable. It's just too expensive. Now, I like this one. I like this one a lot. It's data centers. 4-hour algorithm just had you in back here at 41. You made 269%. Got you back in here at 104. You're at 148. You've made 50%. 4-hour algorithm makes you 425% on 2 positions. It's 100% win rate. Is it great? Doesn't have enough back testing for me to love it. It's just too expensive. And then Zip Trader last night, this is Charlie. He went over the stock that can change life for early buyers. He's got a great thesis. I'm giving him a thumbs up on this one. He's got a great thesis. The stock, Figma. I love his pitch on this stock. But let's go look at it. Okay? First off, we're going to go and we're going to look at Figma from a valuation standpoint. Does it make sense? Well, we don't have any information on it. You just don't, because they just IPO'd last week. Growth, 48%, they're saying year over year. It's great. I respect it. Now, here's the thing that you have to understand. They are trying to disrupt. When Adobe went to buy them, it was for $20 billion. Want to know what their market cap is today? $42 billion. If this were trading at $20 billion, absolutely, because you can trust Adobe. They had to pay $1 billion to Figma for that breakup. So when they put that in the contract, Adobe said, you know what? We're sure we love this company. We need it. Adobe was willing to pay $20 billion, which was above what they were asking. Now, all of a sudden, a year later, it's worth $40 billion? Adobe has a $140 billion market cap, so $1 billion was a lot for them. If Figma grows, yes, this Charlie's thesis makes sense. They are cash flow positive. So it's not like a lot of other IPOs that aren't making money. It's cash flow positive. But we have to wait for the earnings. It's going to be a question of whether, again, this is software. And I think software is going to be overtaken by AI. This, from designer friends that I know, it's not going to be overtaken by AI. But am I willing to put some money into it? No, I'd rather have it down at $40 at $20 billion market cap than $89 and have it at a $40 billion market cap. That's what you have to know. And this was just a great video about it. And Charlie makes his thesis, and he's been a really good investor over the years. So I like it. Now, IPOs, bullish, we talked about yesterday, how this one could get a bid just like CoreWeave, just like Circle, which, by the way, diluted shareholders yesterday. Bullish IPO. I have a feeling this is going to be a crazy roller coaster, okay? BlackRock and ARK funds have indicated interest of up to $200 million to buy this. They went crazy. They raised a crazy amount. The shares previously priced at $32 to $33 a piece. They're going out at $37 plus. They added more shares. I mean, that's Peter Thiel, and this company is just going after this stuff. Again, this is a crypto exchange. It's going to get some crazy stuff. So around 12 o'clock, when it starts pricing in and the market starts opening, if you want to trade it, understand what you're doing. How can you understand what you're doing? Well, here in the newsletter, go down to education, just look at confirmation, because once you get some candles on that, you're going to be able to understand what direction this is going. Just make sure you are experienced. Do not bet money on this. And FYI, this is 100% betting. I have no doubt that this is going to be a good company over time, but right now it's too new, and crypto is highly volatile. So any money that you have, it's not going to zero, but assume that within minutes you can lose 50%. It's like that South Park thing where the guy takes the money and says, yeah, we're going to put it into compounding, and it's gone. That's how much this one is going crazy. Ethereum is going absolutely nuts. Okay? This is why BMNR is going nuts. Ethereum, the underlying one, it's up crazy. 1 month, it's up 58%. I now own Ethereum ETF. I bought one. I even forget which one it is, but I did my research and I bought one. I'm adding to it. 5 days, you're up 20%. Again on Ethereum. So have theories, understand the risk, understand the reward, go into things that you like. Right now, we're in a bull market. And yes, things can slow it down. And yes, I believe a pullback is coming, but I'm not slowing down on adding to positions that I believe in. This is a great thread, okay? 12 companies that got absolutely crushed in earnings. Crushed in earnings. Which one do you think rebounds? I like his pitch on ASML. I like his pitch on HIMS. I like his pitch on SMCI. And I like his pitch on Novo Nordisk. Again, 12 companies. Go and do your research. Comment down below. Let me know which ones you like, which ones you actually own. I don't think I own any of these, to be honest with you. And if you think that Eli Lilly, because he does make a pitch for Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly just saw $2.9 million worth of company stock over the last 2 days, okay? Let's go over to Finviz, because everybody has Finviz. You can go and look up Lilly and go down here. This is how I always looked at buys. You know, again, look at that. They're all buying. August 8th, August 11th, August 12th. They're all buying. There was one dude who sold here, 783,000. That just means the dude had to, put a pool in the backyard. But again, David Ricks, the CEO, he bought $1 million worth. It's not a lot of money for a CEO to buy, but the dude probably owns a shit ton already. So he's putting $1 million of his own stuff in there. Look, he's a top 10% owner. So again, understand what you're doing, because Lilly, I think it was an overreaction to their earnings. You've got a gap up here to 745, but make no mistake, missing out on that oral drug is a big freaking deal, and the valuation is still expensive. But if they continue to grow at the pace that they're growing, again, the PEG ratio is only 0.87. So it's all about the growth. Ignore the valuation. Look at the growth. And what does Wall Street think that it's worth? They still have a $906 price target on it. Understand what you're buying. And then the worst performer, you'll see over on my left, there's a portfolio here, the top 2025 stocks. Yesterday, the top 2025 stocks were up 3.17. The worst performer of the year is INTA. It was up 3% yesterday. It's up 21%. This was up almost as much as 30% on killer earnings. Outlines $570 million in revenue target for the fiscal year. It's a small cap company. The market cap is $2.99 billion. They're about to make 25% of their revenue next year. That's huge. 25% of their market cap in revenue. Again, it's a big freaking deal. This one, what does Wall Street think that it's worth? They think it's worth $64. There's 10 analysts that cover this. 4 of them have a strong buy. The quant says a hold. Why? Analyze it with AI. Go and look at it. Their competitors, Salesforce, SAP, and iManage. Again, look at the positives and negative. Now, this one is one that I cut. INTA, Intap. I traded this one. I lost back in February, and I haven't looked back. I haven't added to it. Is now the time to add to it? Well, again, it's beaten down, and it's up 25% in pre-market, up to 44, which we're just going to put a line here at 44 right here. Is that any type of, I keep seeing a flash over on my left-hand side, and I think it's a bird, but it's not. Is that any type of, you put a line at 44? Ooh, that's kind of a previous pullback. Back in September of last year, didn't pull back a ton, but you can see, kind of used it as support here. Then when you got here in April, kind of used it as support, 47, 48. So I think if you get up past there and you start this 50-day to turn around, maybe you get back up to this 73. Again, the stock doesn't trade a ton of shares, 98,000 shares. It's not a huge market cap at $2.99 billion, but they outlined a huge growth. And you can see 17% growth year over year. Again, the growth hasn't been the problem. The problem has been the momentum. And in this market, the momentum can take you down. So there's some thoughts on portfolios. There's some thoughts on single stocks. There's some moves that I've made. I just went over all of that. And then I do scans. In the newsletter, you're going to get scans. And these are stocks that have an entry in the 4-hour algorithm. Goldman Sachs, Look at this one. I thought this one was interesting. Now you see the entry down here at 484. Yes, I bought at 484. Yes, I am up that much. I bought and held. I bought 6 figures of this one. I'm doing really well. I'm perfectly fine. And you don't see an entry here. Why? Because you're already in back here. But the MACD going down, resetting, the RSI going down, resetting, and then having a great day yesterday. This one's resetting itself, even though you are stretched on the weekly. We're in an IPO market. Goldman Sachs, theory is it's good. Simon Property Group, which has pulled back, which is in the core portfolio because I love these freaking outlet malls. This one, another entry, even though it got you in at 169. It tells you, hey, maybe we're going for another run. Look at the weekly on this one. It's pulled back. We've just traded sideways ever since what? April? Hasn't been a huge winner. But it's in a good place. Again, Simon Property Group. Yeah, XLI, XLV, Affirm, which is the payment space. AFRM. This one trades okay in the 4-hour algorithm. You know, I'm not complaining if I make 251% on 25 positions. Use the tools that you have, and the tools that I have are all here on Linktree. The first one is Trendspider. Okay? Trendspider's on sale. You can get it for $50 a month, $52 a month. Sign up for the annual plan and you get my 4-hour algorithm. I will send it to you. It is a great way to use the other tools, which is Alpha Picks. Okay, if you want Alpha Picks, you can save $50. If you want Seeking Alpha Premium, you can get a free 7-day trial. Go and get the top 2025 stocks. Go and get the second half top 2025 stocks, which I bought. Those are fantastic articles, and you can get them with a free 7-day trial. What I suggest is getting the bundle because you save $159 off that price. And the bundle allows you to use everything that I just showed you in this podcast. Now, you may say, well, you just told me not to follow. I'm telling you, don't follow me into trades. Don't follow other people into trades. Get your ideas, do your research, and then decide the risk and reward. That's the whole point of this podcast. So if you have any questions, again, Linktree has all my information. You can reply to the daily newsletter that I send out, or my email address is right up there. In fact, let's go in. Webull is another tool that I have because I would never trade in my big account the way I trade in Webull, and Webull makes it super easy. And by the way, I started out with $1,000. I'm showing right on screen, 14,133. I think it was up at like 14,400 yesterday. But one of the stocks that I'm in on the 4-hour algorithm, even though it's up 1% today, it's a double leveraged ETF on a stock. I'm down overall 2%. Am I getting out? No, I'm getting out when the 4-hour algorithm tells me to get out. So if you have any questions, if you want to know what that stock is, go over here. It's in one of the newsletters of the recent week. It's probably in the chat as well. So if you have any questions, just reply to the email or hit me up on an email itself or comment on anything. I usually find people. Okay. Talk to you tomorrow. See you. Bye. Okay, let me throw this into iMovie. Wah, wah. And I'm going to look at your questions, your comments, your questions, your ideas. Okay, let me make sure. Yesterday when I did this, it turned me green. Yeah, it does it too again today. Okay, I'm just not going to do it. We're going to go over there. We're going to down that one, up that one, and then I want to make it a little warmer. Let's see. Okay. Okay. know if I love that coloring, but I got to do the, it's my lighting, I think. Okay. Then I'm going to put in the green screen stuff. Bum, 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 bum. I was hoping today's would be a little bit more organized than I think it wound up being, but I think it was a good show. 8:13 pod. Okay. I'm going to be right back. I had coffee. I'm not putting you on a countdown, though. Oh, and that's going to reset. Hi, girls. Oh. Okay, did my camera reset? I think it did. I think it went off and then went out. Okay, let's see. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. D-Man, Trendspider, I don't know exactly when they have sales. They don't kind of, include me in their, oh, my camera, again, it froze. Oh, but it's freezing here on the app. Oh, let me quit. Let me quit the program. Okay. I think you still see me. I hope you do. It's just the program that's kind of freezing up. And now maybe the camera's gonna do a little jiggle wiggle. Connect the device with the Type-C to start. It is connected. Okay. Oh. I don't know what the hell's going on. They don't keep me up. Are you happy about Apple? I'm not happy about Apple going down as much as it did. I still think, I don't want 1080p. I want 4K. I still think Apple is a $260 stock, Lisa. So I'm pretty sure. Oh, and look at this. It's freezing again. I got to redo the camera. But and now, hold on. The computer is having some. Google Chrome. There we go. The computer is freaking out a little bit. Huh. Yeah, I can't. The camera's off. I'm happy about Apple going up. I'm not happy about Apple where it's trading. I think it is a $260 stock. I think it's just going to take some time to get there. Morning, Scott. Morning, vacation guy. Morning, Larry. Yeah, Lisa, if you're 70% in Apple, I think Apple today is still the best risk reward. I still do. But it's an expensive stock. Understand, it's not cheap. And it's not growing the way it should. It's 31 times forward earnings. Its PEG ratio is 3.0. I mean, that's just crazy. The PEG ratio going back is even, I mean, it's bad because their revenue growth is just not growing. But I'm going to buy a new iPhone. I'm going to buy a new watch. I'm going to buy new AirPods all in September. So I am doing the upgrade cycle, and I may buy a new iPad. I have the iPad Pro. This is the first version of the iPad Pro that I bought back in 2016, 2017, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, but I like it. So, Larry, vacation guy. Yeah, my camera is just messing up for some reason. When I try and move it, it freezes. So I probably have to restart the computer, which probably isn't a bad idea, honest to God. I'm going to get out of here before the market opens because I do have some, morning, Eli. I do have some trades that I have to do and some portfolio management that I need to do. But futures are up. Yeah, I think this is the article. Yeah, they think it's going to reach about 7,500. I should put this in. Let's see. We're going to put that one in here. And we'll put it right there. Good move, Eli. There is one stock I want to look up. Please tell. Oh, I have to. I forget the symbol. I have to look it up. That's the one. Let's see. It just hasn't moved. One I bought just hasn't moved at all. While the other one, Nimbus, was up 7% yesterday. Tem was up 9% yesterday. Credo was up 5% yesterday. A-Labs was up 7% yesterday. Ugh. Okay, I'm out of here. I got work to do. I will talk to you guys later. See you. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.